Okay, and what does the modern property buying and selling business of the future look like to you? Okay, it's a follow-up question. So in effect, I think the business of the future, as far as buying and selling real estate is concerned, is that it's a lot more centered around upfront information and educating the client about what is involved. And the reason, again, clients' anxiety goes up, client stress levels go up, is because they don't understand what's actually involved in the process. I say this with a lot of respect. If you look at the way that most estate agents and solicitors conduct the handover, if you like, the passing of the baton between the estate agent and the solicitor, the estate agent raises the memorandum of sale, that goes out to the solicitors, and then all of a sudden, it's like deathly silence. And that deathly silence can be for weeks at a time, because the client then doesn't understand, okay, so now the solicitors have got it. They just assume that they're going to be called a week later to go in and sign a bit of paperwork, right? They don't understand that all of the bits and pieces that they need in place prior to be able to move home. And because, in my humble opinion, not many people are taking the time to educate their clients as to what's involved, i.e., through a book or through a blog post or through a series of training videos and all the rest of it, because they're not doing that, the client has no idea what to expect, and who can blame them, right? So, it's a bit like, I'll give you an example. Let's take it away from the property world for a minute. I saw a post about a guy who had some block paving on his patio that he wanted to be cleaned up because it was growing moss and a bit of mold and all the rest of it, right? So he wanted this entire patio jet washing, and he asked for some quotes from different local tradespeople, and the quotes were coming in at like £500 to £1,000. It's like, look, this is a couple of hours job. It should be a couple of £100 at most, right? And these builders are replying back and saying, well, it's actually buying or hiring the equipment first of all. It's then the insurances that we're required to have as part of doing this work. It's actually doing a thorough job and not blasting all the sand out between the block paving so that it sinks 6 months later. There's the transport to and from the job. It's the years of experience in making sure that we do the job properly. All of this sort of stuff, which sounds a little bit of a simplified process, but if you think about it, all of this stuff is exactly what estate agents and solicitors are doing. It's the value they're providing to the client about what's involved in moving that title from the seller to the buyer effectively, so that there's no problems. And again, unless you're taking the time to educate the client, they have no idea. And you can't then blame the client for ringing you up or emailing you, asking for an update or asking for some kind of feedback on what's happening with the transaction, because, forewarned is forearmed. If you haven't forewarned them what's involved, then who can blame them when they're pulling their hair out in frustration going, what the hell is happening? I haven't heard from anybody in 2 weeks. And in fact, the worst examples I've heard is where a solicitor is instructed and they didn't contact their client once in the entire 20 weeks until they emailed the client saying, we're ready to exchange contracts. We need you to sign, the contract now. And can you imagine, like, the client is blue in the face with rage, because it's like, why on earth have I had to wait 20 weeks to hear from you? And the solicitor's response is, well, we're so busy, we haven't got time to be emailing and blah, blah, blah. But the client doesn't care about that. So you need to find a way which allows you to communicate quickly and effectively with your client, i.e. WiggyWam, all right? And in a way that allows you to share information quickly, with one another, so that stuff doesn't get lost in the post, i.e. WiggyWam. You need to find a way of educating your clients about what's actually involved, i.e. WiggyWam, okay? And you need to find a way to provide a higher level of service to your clients for a much greater added value fee, i.e. WiggyWam, okay? So hopefully you're kind of seeing why we've approached building WiggyWam in this way, to really help estate agents and solicitors to fast-track transactions through very, very quickly. And I think a lot of this will center around upfront information and then giving the lawyers the time, care, and attention that they need to dedicate their time to doing the transaction as fast as possible. So I hope that helps to answer that question. So that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much again It's 26 weeks now of doing these WiggyWam Get Your Property Questions Answered webinars and podcasts. But anybody who's got other questions and concerns of a property-related nature, will return to our normal format next week. But please send your questions and concerns and comments into us. Happy to help at wiggywam.co.uk. That's happy to help at wiggywam.co.uk. You can go to our website, which is wiggywam.co.uk. Set up a free profile there and send us messages and comments through the website itself. Or you can find us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is at WiggyWam_UK. That's at WiggyWam_UK. And we'll be delighted to serve you and answer your questions in next week's episode. So thanks once again for all your love and support. Thank you for helping us to make 26 weeks. A big congratulations to all of you for everything that you've done to help and support us as well. And I'll look forward to seeing you on a future webinar very, very soon. Thanks ever so much indeed, guys. You take care. See you soon. Bye.